All right, good afternoon, Park Board members on the screen and in person, and audience members. It's nice to see a few bodies and seats out there, some of you very familiar. I'm calling together the Thursday, July 14th, 2022 Spokane Park Board meeting, and get to use the gavel. I didn't get to do that for almost 2 years, or over 2 years, actually, so here we go. Roll call. Let's see, ladies, do you want to do that, or shall we just go through and note that Nick Sumner is not present, maybe late. And Hannah Kitts, do we see you up there? Not yet. We hope that Hannah will chime in. And Christina, are you up on the screen?
Yes.
The name
Yes. You see her?
I know.
Yeah.
Okay,
Christine's
great.
on there.
Great.
It used to be easier, I
Right,
guess, maybe
Christina,
because I was way on the end.
Okay. So, there we are.
I could turn around and say,
Now, additions or deletions to the agenda, I will be making some changes to the consent agenda that was posted inside of 24 hours. Actually, by OPMA rules, the consent agenda, the Park Board agenda, has to be posted 48 hours in advance, and so we can't make changes to the consent agenda inside that period of time. So, but first, any public comment? Do we have any members of the public present who want to talk? They're just here to listen and be inspired. Okay, great. So, to the consent agenda, I am withdrawing the Fisher Construction Group Incorporated item, putting it back under golf, and withdrawing the 2023 budget calendar and budget priorities, putting that back under finance. They were intended to be on consent, but didn't get there, and according to OPMA rules, we have to give the public 48 hours notice. So, we are just going to hold to our OPMA rules and do it right. All right, so we have on the consent agenda then two items, the minutes and the claims. Can I have a motion to approve? I will make the motion to approve the consent agenda. Can I have a second? That's what I wanted.
I'll second that.
Thanks, Jerry.
Second, Kevin.
All right. All those in favor of the consent agenda as stated, signify by saying aye and raising your hand.
aye.
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 And opposed. Okay, the short consent agenda passed. All right. Any special guests? I guess I'll wave to those of you out here. Nice to see you. So, all right. Mark Buning, the financial report and the budget update.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. We're getting right to it today. Can everybody hear me okay? Okay. All right. Let me share my screen.
I'm trying to see which one I can see better.
I brought my glass.
Let's see here. All right. Now, can everybody see that all right?
Yes.
So far.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, beginning our financial report through the month of June, beginning with our first slide, I'm going to kind of sound like a broken record here, but, I mentioned this in most of our past presentations here, past Park Board meetings. These, again, I want to reemphasize, these current year financials are being compared to a budget based on a 2-year prior average, and we obviously know that the last 2 years have been anything but typical operating or operational years for parks. And what we'll see here as we go through these, as we go through this presentation, the 2022 actual expenditures and revenues will be significantly higher than the budget average that we present. I mean, we're kind of sticking to a methodology. And this again reflects a much more typical year's parks activity gears up and assumes a more normal level of activity. And I also want to mention again, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, that the rapid inflation that we've been experiencing has had a noticeable impact on our overall level of expenditures, particularly on fuel, building materials, supplies, utilities, any equipment, and also labor. So kind of keep that in mind as we go through. And again, our first slide here, we see a comparison of 2022 actual expenditures with the historical 2-year average. And we see again that the actual expenditures are quite a bit more than the budgeted average. But I also want to point out that this $9.5 million includes the $1.3 million that was transferred to Fund 1950 for the park's capital repair and replacement, and also our capital program. And if we factor that $1.3 million out, the actual expenditures, our operating expenditures, were above the budget average by about 16%, or about $1.2 million. And that's, again, reflecting that greater level of program activity and sort of the inflationary pressures that we've been experiencing. And I'm going to move along. If there's any questions or comments as I move along, please just interrupt and let me know. So moving on to the next slide, we see a comparison of year-to-date revenues to year-to-date to our historical budgeted average of revenues. And our actual revenues exceed that average by about $1.2 million, or about 13%. And just comparing to the prior year, our 22 revenues exceeded our 2021 revenues by about $740,000. Again, more program activity, more revenue, again, reflecting that more resumed to a normal operating levels. And our third slide here is we see a comparison of year-to-date revenues to year-to-date expenditures. And we see that our total revenues exceed our expenditures by about $945,000. And, again, that includes that $1.3 million capital transfer. And if we factor that out, the amount of revenues over expenditures is about $2.2 million. And this is, however, about $300,000 less than at that same point in 2021. Again, higher expenditures across the board. Any questions or comments before we move to the Gulf Fund? All right. Our first graph here for the Gulf Fund, again, keep in mind this includes all the revenues and everything from the facility improvement fee. We see that year-to-date expenditures are above that historical average by about 13%. Our actual year-to-date expenditures are about $270,000 more than at the same time last year. However, this bears a bit more of an explanation. Our total 2022 operating expenses for the Gulf Fund are only about $44,000 more than last year, reflecting some, tight controls in that area. But the big difference is the debt service for the SIP loan for the irrigation replacement systems, or the replacement of the irrigation systems. This year, the fund is bearing the full debt service cost of the loan with all of our installments. And the first payment that occurred in June is about $227,000 more than last year. Last year, we took advantage of a refinance of that loan. Some of the bonds were issued centrally, and that was a significant savings for our SIP loan. So, however, that's catching up, and those will be there will be another debt service payment of the same amount in December. So that explains the biggest difference between in the expenditure levels. Looking at our next graph here, our actual total revenues, including the facility improvement fee, are just slightly below the historical average by about $24,000. Total revenues, however, are less than last year by about $180,000. That's the revenues derived from Gulf rounds. And that reflects that reduced number of rounds from the late kind of cold spring that we have that reduced those number of rounds compared to last year. Last year was an exceptional year for the number of rounds in the Gulf Fund. And our third graph here, we see a comparison of total actual revenues to actual expenditures. And we see that revenues exceed expenditures by about $913,000. And as I mentioned earlier, this does include the facility improvement fee. And then overall, the total year-to-date net revenues, or our revenues exceeding expenditures, is about $225,000 less than the same time last year, again reflecting those reduced number of rounds that we've experienced this year. I got one more slide. Any questions about the Gulf Fund at this point? Okay, our last slide again is on a quarterly basis. We report the activity in the status of the bond fund. There was not a tremendous amount of activity. We anticipate more in the construction season this year, but overall there's about a $97,000 balance in the fund after our total expenditures and our total level of encumbrances or commitments of about $368,000. Any questions or concerns? If not, that concludes the financial report.
Thank you, Mark. As we can see,
All right.
COVID created some new golfers, and then the wet spring
Yes.
sort of took away from those new golfers. So thank you for
Kind of
that.
kept them home for the.
Yeah, kept everybody home, yes. All right, thank you very much.
All right,
So
thank
now, Park Board members, you'll see in your packet, there is the Q2 Marketing and Communications Update. Fiona and her team always do such a nice job there, and they're out there putting us on the airwaves in many ways. So thank you for that. On to committee reports. Kevin Brownlee, I know Urban Forestry didn't meet, but did you want to say anything?
That is true. We had no agenda items and a perfect weather forecast, so we did not meet. But we will be meeting on Tuesday, August 2nd at 4:15. That'll be our next opportunity.
All righty. And as it was pulled off the consent agenda item, we do have a golf committee action item, but it's a quick roofing item. So Jerry, take it away.
We do, Jennifer, thank you. The roofing project is just part of our capital projects lists that we are going through in golf. So trying to catch up with things that have been neglected for a number of years. So we're chalking them off one at a time. And this one that we're going to present, and I will read the motion that we have for you. We went out to bid for the flat roof mess of a roof, if you will, with drains not working and soffits worn out and rusting. So anyway, the bid that came in that we are recommending for the board today, I will put in a motion, and that one is from Fisher Construction Group. So I will move to approve the Fisher Construction Group, Inc. construction contract for the Downriver Golf Course roof renovation project. And it is in the amount of $403,424.59, tax inclusive.
I'll second that.
Seconded by Bob Anderson. And we'll put that to a vote now.
Yeah, any
For-
questions?
Any questions before we
People want
move forward?
roofs. Yes, okay. Go ahead, Jerry.
Oh, sorry.
Call for the question, yeah. All right,
Call for the question.
Yep.
All in favor?
aye, wave.
Aye.
Good,
Do we hear Barb? I think she said yes.
she
Aye.
waved, she
There
waved.
you go.
I was just wondering if Nick had something to say for the motion.
Well, he's certainly
Nick
welcome.
Sumner.
Okay. No.
No, Nick Sumner is not here, I don't believe.
Did you say, Nick? You want Nick Hammond?
No, I just thought I thought I saw Nick trying to talk. That's sorry.
Nope.
Oh, can't see him, but thanks, Barb. So with that, the motion.
Motion passes.
Passes. So now I'll just share just a few things. And what I'd like to do is just share a little bit about the golf courses and what's going on, because a lot is. And I'm going to start with Indian Canyon. And the reason I am is because we're working with or finishing up the Rosars Open, which kicked off on Wednesday. And I would like to give accolades to Garrett Jones and Mark Poyer and Barb Ritchie and Jason Conley. Did I miss anybody?
And then Nick.
Oh, Nick Hammond, yes, okay. It was a long day, I think that's all I can say. And the weather cooperated extremely well. And anyway, there were 72 teams of 5 in the Pro-Am and 140 teams in the Proper. And it's one of the largest PGA section events in the country. So we were really proud to have Indian Canyon show off a little bit. Rob, excuse me, down at Qualchan, they just hosted the Drive, Chip, and Putt contest with 124 kids participating. And this is a regional event which would eventually go on to, if you're familiar with Augusta National and the championship, junior rounds usually take place there too, and they come from all over the U.S. Junior rounds are down about 120 from last year, but the course is in great shape. Excuse me. And Rob Decker has really been busy repurposing the excuse me, the irrigation heads from downriver. Excuse me. Sunday at Downriver, Steve Connor reported that the golf course was in fantastic shape, and it's the busiest it's been through July. Mike Vandervert out at Esmeralda is involved in a lot of cleaning up because, remember, Esmeralda is a deciduous course. We have more deciduous trees than we do pine. Urban Forestry is helping us out. They're doing a lot of limbing, and they're bringing in a bucket truck to prune back some of the trees that are causing some problems. They are also getting ready and prepared for the August Pro-Am and City Championship tournaments. So it's been difficult finding to keep seasonal employees, but right now we are all fully staffed, and so golf is moving forward. If you have a chance, go out and maybe have lunch at one of our courses. We have great patios, and everything is open to the public. The next regular meeting will be Tuesday. It'll be August 9th. And right now, we are set up to meet in Tribal down here at City Hall. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. Yes, indeed, our golf courses are nice places to hang out, even if you're not a golfer. They're lovely and a good place to meet. So, Greta Gilman, Land Committee. I know you didn't meet, but would you like to say anything, Greta?
I have nothing to report except that our next meeting is 3:30 on August 3rd, Sister City Conference Room at City Hall.
Right. All right. And Sally, Recreation Committee. And I know that Jennifer Papich is going to present a little for us as well, but take it away, Sally.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. We met and again had an amazing recreation report from Jennifer and her team. And I just want to remind everybody that to take a look at the activity guide and also read the minutes, but I also feel like it's important that we highlight some of the great things this team is doing during our park board meetings. And I appreciate Jennifer giving you some of those high-level updates. So I'm going to turn this over to Jennifer, and thank you, Jennifer, for doing that.
You're welcome. And I think that Pamela has my presentation, and she's going to show that for me. She's my Vanna White today. I'll be really quick here. Oh, hold on. There we go. So this is our summer update. When we had the meeting, we are just a few weeks into summer. So at the end of the season, we'll have a much more robust update to give you. Next slide, please. Okay. So Therapeutic Recreation Sunshine Day Camp is meeting this summer. They are utilizing the library at Shado, which is an amazing spot for them to use as a home base for their camp. We're so thankful for that partnership. The camps are full, and they are having a blast this summer at the Corbin Arts Center, where I am right now. They are full always with summer camps. We have about 860 kiddos on the books to attend summer camp here this summer, with 67 total camps. And a couple of those camps are remote up at Manitou because we have so many kids that want to participate. We have a couple offerings at Manitou Meeting Room as well. Go on to the next slide.
The slides are not
Perfect.
advancing.
So wellness and
We are only seeing the cover, but keep talking.
Wellness and enrichment is where we house our Dwight Merkle Summer Camp, and that is at the Dwight Merkle Sports Complex. There's about 587 participants that have participated overall in wellness and enrichment this year so far, and 250 of those are going to be attending the Dwight Merkel camp at some point this summer. Also, Adriano is working on Safe Community Partnerships, which is serving 30 at-risk youth participants weekly at Shadle. It's a free full-day camp, and it's in partnership with ESD 101 and Skyhawks. It's a wonderful program there. We are in talks for doing programs in the fall and winter at the podium. We're going to be scheduling a meeting soon to go over scheduling there. And another exciting wellness and enrichment update is we were awarded a grant through NRPA to do a dementia-friendly or focused Alzheimer's and dementia-friendly fitness program, and that will be starting this fall as well, so we'll be reporting more on that later. Okay, outdoor recreation, which is where we all want to be right now because it's so hot outside. They're offering a variety of wonderful programs for youth and teen, which are all full to capacity, and they've also contracted some summer horseback riding camps and wilderness survival camps, also full to capacity. They're doing amazing work there. The shuttle and kayak service, which we started last year, the rental program kicked off over the 4th of July weekend. We're doing a lot of hiking and tours and kayaking over the summer. And so currently our outdoor registration for camps are 351 campers, which is generating $65,000 in revenue compared to 2019, which is pre-COVID, where we had 170 campers at $41,000. So you can definitely see the need is there. And then speaking of those increased camp participants, as we've talked about before, the Seek Scholarship Fund is offering, we are able to provide a lot of free opportunities for kiddos this summer. And to date, we have issued 133 scholarships to 133 participants who are participating in 243 of our summer camp programs free of cost, which that's $44,000 that we have utilized so far out of our Seek, just the scholarship fund. And right now, all of our camps are full with capacity. So we're hoping as summer goes on, people kind of withdraw from camps and have other plans. So we're hoping to get a couple other people in there that are on the wait list. But that's just amazing, and we're so happy to offer that opportunity. Athletics for summer. We have our summer softball, which every season it continues. I feel like we're saying every season is record-breaking number of teams. But we have 104 teams, which is 99 adult softball teams and 5 65 and over draft softball teams. Our spring volleyball, which was in the podium, had 103 teams with 550 participants. It was a wonderful season. They're still working out some kinks with some construction, so we had to finish the season in the school district, but that shouldn't be an issue next year. And summer volleyball, this is the first time that we have taken full ownership of our summer volleyball outdoor program at Dwight Merkel. You can see the picture there. It's amazing. There's 26 teams, and they're enjoying outdoor volleyball the first time since 2019. Yeah. So we're happy to provide that. And this is just a really quick snapshot of aquatics for 2022, and this was as of July 5th. You can see overall total regular attendance is 35,405. It will be interesting to compare this to last year as we had capacity limitations. So probably when we do the comparison at the end of the season, we'll also show 2019 to show the pre-COVID year of aquatics as well. But the pools are so busy. We have amazing staff and programs, and please go out and visit them. They are a wonderful place to cool off during this heat. And then as the marketing communications report, Fiona and team does a great job of getting out our information. We have inserts and utility bills. If you can see on the bottom, we have a partnership with the Inlander. So I'm sure you've seen in grocery stores or places you walk by, our activity guides are right there front and center. And social media also is wonderful. Get some earned media as well. They just do a great job promoting all of our activities. We're very thankful for that. And I think that is all. And our next meeting is Wednesday, August 3rd. Thank you.
That's great.
Barb, did you have a question? No, Jennifer, I don't have a question. Probably for the big director there. We call him the Big D yesterday, so I got that one in. But Jennifer, I just wanted to share with everybody and the community how wonderful you are and how impressed I think I am of all the team members, but especially now with outdoor recreation. It's so, for the mental health in the community is so critical, and you and your team do an amazing job, and I just didn't want that to go and fall on deaf ears. So thank you for everything that you do, and Sally for your leadership on the committee.
Wow, thank you so much, Barb. I cannot take any of the credit. The supervisors that make everything happen are outstanding. We have a phenomenal team. We're very fortunate. Thank you for that.
Well, it is a team, but it takes good leadership, so thank you for your leadership, the other Jennifer. So glad we have the same first name. Can rub off a little. All right. All right. Sally, anything else?
Thank you so much, Jennifer, for doing that.
Yeah, all right. So now we'll move on to Riverfront Park Committee, and I don't believe that Nick Sumner has been able to join us. So I will stand in his stead. And first up is John Moog with the Friends of Riverfront Park Memorandum of Understanding. This is one of our new Friends groups, and I know that the president of that group, Chris Wright, is in the audience, so you can't resist coming back to Park Board, Chris.
Yes, Jennifer, thank you for mentioning that. And I also want to acknowledge that Kelly Brown is also in the audience, and she is our volunteer coordinator with the Friends of Riverfront.
Yes.
But also, of course, the president of Manitou. So thank you, Kelly, for also being here. So it's actually a great opportunity to present a new partnership here. And I don't have any fancy PowerPoint to present today. It's a very straightforward presentation in MOU. You have it all in your packets. But what I'm here today to present kind of how we got here to the Friends of Riverfront Park, and hopefully where we're going. So the Friends of Riverfront Park developed out of a community orientation that came from the King Cole Commemoration Project. And if the public would like to donate to the King Cole Commemoration Project, we certainly encourage you to do that. And so a group of like-minded individuals got together and said, why don't we go take a step further and form the Friends of Riverfront Park? And so that's where we are here today. So they went forward and registered with the state of Washington as a nonprofit corporation in March of 2022, and has reserved the names Friends of Riverfront Park. So today we're here to kind of codify that relationship and let you know kind of where they are currently with their standing. So the MOU requires that they have a fiscal agent or become a 501c3. They have since took out a contract with Innovia as that fiscal agent. And then they will be seeking a 501c3 status by July of 2025. So by the term of our agreement, hopefully we'll, of course, renew that agreement, but by July of 2025. The goal overall of the MOU is to establish a fundraising and volunteer support for Riverfront Park, garner community support, and input involvement into the park. So we want to continue to grow the community involvement into the park, and the Friends of Riverfront Park will help us do that. Both parties will work together to support these goals. Specifically, we'll devise a list of fundraising activities consistent with the mission and vision of the park, and also the master plan. We'll direct privately raised funds to support prior park-approved activities or projects. Some of these could be capital projects. Of course, those will be prior approved by the board, but they also could be programming activities as well. They'll assist in recruiting and managing volunteers. We'll also provide assistance to the Friends of Group themselves to help achieve those goals. So whether establishing booths at our programs or fundraising activities to help support the Friends of Group will be there, of course, working besides them. And then we'll work with them to recognize their donors that contribute to the Friends of Group. And then we'll provide a liaison to the group itself to provide that consultation as needed. There's nothing in the MOU that prohibits parks from soliciting other donations or or seeking other volunteers. And that's generally it. That's it. I'm happy to take any questions.
So it is a straightforward MOU, and certainly the Friends of Manitou has stood as a great example of how successful such a group can be. Thank you, Kelly, for your leadership there. And are there any questions, Park Board members? Glad to see this happening, and I know that Chris Wright put a lot of personal time and finances into this, just getting the paperwork done, and I want to thank him for that. It shows a passion.
And I would like to thank Chris Wright as well. I knew he couldn't stay away
from us, and I just appreciate his conversations. I missed his red lines in agreement, so it's nice to have those back. But in all seriousness, though, it's your commitment and your leadership on this has been great. It's always been a vision in the transition from the campaign of the riverfront into creating a Friends of group a number of years ago of having that vision. So appreciate your leadership and continuing to work with you and having your support of your wife behind you and Councilwoman. So thank you.
Literally behind him. All right. Very good. So I will make a motion to approve the Friends of Riverfront Park Memorandum of Understanding. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Great, Bob. Thank you. Any further questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye and waving.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much, John. All right, now we have a contract agreement amendment with AEG, and I don't see Amy, so maybe it's John.
Well, Amy's actually with us virtually
with us.
today,
There
so
she
she
is.
will
She's waiting.
brief the agreement, but I'll stand by to help answer
Okay, great.
questions.
All right, Amy, take it away up there in the box.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for having me. I'm Amy Lindsay, Park Programming and Marketing Manager for Riverfront, and I will be presenting our AEG Presents and Lancer Hospitality Contract Amendments. And can you see my screen okay? I can't see
Starting
anyone
to
that
share.
has it.
There does seem to be a delay for those of
Okay.
us on the dais, but maybe the ones
Okay.
who are also online with you can see it sooner than we can.
Okay. Well, I'll just say while it's loading, that our goal really with these amended deal points is to strengthen our relationships, our partnerships, and really adjust for all the lessons we've learned since 2019 when these agreements and these partnerships really started, including the challenges that were brought forth by the pandemic as well. So really our goal is to continue to bring the community an exciting summer concert series and continue our food service operations throughout Spokane Parks and Recreation facilities. So I'm going to start with the AEG agreement. There we go. So I'm not going to go over every little detail of every deal point, but these are just the big amendment terms that are that we wanted to review. So the first one is to adjust our term to make up for years lost due to venue construction delays and COVID. So the original term of our AEG agreement began on July 15th, 2019, and it went until the end of this year. And then it did have two additional year extensions. So the end date would have been December 2024. So we are proposing that the new term starts January 1st, 2021 and ends December 31st, 2025 to allow for a full 5 years of concert activity at the pavilion. The second amended deal point is to adjust the annual rental fee and commission structures for food service and sponsorship revenue. So we will be decreasing the annual rent from $80,000 a year to $40,000 a year, and this is rent that will come with a certain number of shows, minimum and maximum. I'll go over those in a minute, but it is guaranteed revenue to the park for the concert series. We'll also be increasing food service commission to AEG from 20%, which was offered previously, to 50%. And then we will be increasing sponsorship revenue commissions from 50% to 75%. To the next slide here. And I apologize if there's a little bit of a delay.
It's all right. It's technology.
But the third amendment deal point is to add that minimum and maximum number of shows. Our current agreement has no minimum or maximum number of shows, and obviously there is an expectation that we do have a minimum number of shows. and we don't want to be doing 80 shows. So we did want to do, and we feel a good number of shows per year. Minimum would be 8, and a maximum of 15. So we are going to be adding that to the contract terms. And then also to support additional blackout dates to support our community events and conventions that come through Spokane, we are going to be increasing the number of blackout dates from 13 total blackout dates per year to 18 total blackout dates per year. This includes an additional blackout date for Hoop Fest, so they have another load-in date at the pavilion, given all of the setup that's required to host Hoop Fest. Another weekend for a potential beer festival at the pavilion, and then we've added 2 floating blackout dates for Visit Spokane and convention activity, which allows additional flexibility just throughout the year to be able to plug those events in. And then with all of these deal points, we're really clarifying with all of the things that we've learned about working with one another. There were a lot of things that weren't aligned in the original agreement that were brought to light. So again, I'm not going to go over all of those, but we did just add some additional booking procedures and event protocols, who's doing what and exactly when that is going to happen. And then finally, we are going to be setting a deadline for AEG to provide a notice of termination, and that would be this year. So the contract amendment, again, will continue for the next 2 years, but if there is any notification for termination, it must be provided to Parks by October 1st, 2022.
Right.
And as for the AEG, I'll just go back a slide. Those are the big deal points. Again, I'm not going over every single deal point for the AEG amendment, but I'll stop here before I go into the Lancer Hospitality amended deal points to see if there are any questions that we can answer.
Yeah, based on the restructuring of the commissions with AEG, what's the projected impact on parks revenue?
Well, so with the decrease in the rent, we are also allowing for additional rental dates to be sold. So compared to last year, we did an analysis, and with the food service revenue, roughly 50 to 60,000 in decrease per year. However, those dates that are being released can now be sold to other conventions or event organizers, and that will also come with additional food service revenue. So we don't know the exact impact year to year. It really will depend on the events that come through, but there will be a decrease.
This also, however, doesn't it give AEG more cash in their pocket to negotiate with artists? Because artist fees have gone up, because they too have expenses that have gone up. So it makes us more competitive. Isn't that true?
Yeah, great point, Jennifer. Let me take that one. This is a realignment. This is a three-way partnership, essentially, with Lancer, AEG, and the parks. And what we're trying to do is realign this equity equation. So, we're only as strong as each individual partner, and we want to make sure that all the partners feel equal and strong at the table. And so what AEG has had a difficulty doing is putting competitive offers out there to attract artists. And so what they did is they were putting offers out there that weren't just being accepted by artists. In fact, last year we had 16 offers that were rejected simply for that reason. And so we recognized that there was a leg in this three-legged stool here that needed to be shored up a little bit. And so that's what we did. And so we worked with AEG to figure that out. And Lancer, and this is what Amy hasn't gotten to yet, but Lancer came to the table and offered more incentives to help incentivize that effort, because we all realize that we're working together to try to get concerts here in the park. Not only that, to address the revenue issue, we recognize we are taking less revenue, but we are benefiting also because we are getting additional blackout dates which support the community. And those blackout dates, such as the beer festival that Amy alluded to, is going to bring in additional revenue that hasn't been forecasted. Additionally, the incentivized program that Lancer is recommending we don't know the full impact of that right now. The intent of that program is to incentivize more and fuller concerts, right? So the more and fuller concerts there are, the more revenue we're going to get. And so the idea is that we're all working together the best we can to balance out a revenue neutral solution. So the parks are taking a little bit more of the risk, I guess you could say. However, we are still revenue producing. We are not subsidizing our programs or operating at a loss.
The other thing is, I'm a firm believer in how you need to spend money to make money. And so if you need to put money up front to get more concerts in, then those more concerts are going to bring more revenue, and it feeds back in. So I think I understand what's going on. So Amy, just kudos to you also. I know this takes a lot of time and negotiation and gracious discussion behind the scenes, and those are your strengths. You both do a lot of good hard work. Thank you for that. All right, back to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, it's definitely, like John said, this is a partnership between the three of us. And we all have our unique challenges and goals, too, to deal with. And COVID taught us a lot, but like with events, each event, the first year is you're never going to get it exactly right. And there's always a readjustment that needs to happen. And so we've got almost 2.5 years of readjustments here. And so we've learned a lot, and I think we'll all be stronger coming out of this. So we had a great concert last night, sold out crowd. Everyone was so happy. The little tweaks that we've made along the way just made it a great experience, a safe experience, not that it wasn't before, but we all felt really good about it. So everyone was really happy, and as the community was very happy, everyone that was here. It was a great night. So
All right,
we're
great.
excited for many more years of this to come.
I have a question.
Yes,
Jennifer.
Jerry.
Thanks, Amy. One of the things I forgot to ask when we were at Riverfront Park Committee, what's our target audience for our 5,000 population that come?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the reason, I guess it goes back to the reason we're doing the concert series.
Right.
It was established by the Riverfront Park Advisory Committee during the development of the master plan. They said, we would really love to see a concert series here. But as concerts go, each genre of music appeals to a different demographic.
Right.
And so what we're trying to do is get a selection of music. We hired the expertise of AEG Presents to be able to help guide and offer artists that are best complement the area and the region. There are some acts that just wouldn't do well here in Spokane. There are other acts that would do great in Spokane. And so we're leaning on their expertise to be able to provide that.
So who performed last
So last night was Zach Bryan. He is a country artist, and it was a sold-out show. And so it was a great concert. I watched a little bit of it, and the crowd loved it. It was a great one.
Oh,
Good.
all right, thanks so much.
All right, so let's have a motion. If there's no more comments or questions, I'm going to move that the AEG Presents Northwest Concert Production and Booking Services Agreement Amendment, mouthful, number 1, be moved for approval. Second?
I'll second.
Thanks, Jerry. Any further questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye and waving.
Aye.
Aye.
And opposed? All right, that contract amendment passes. Thank you. Next one, Lancer.
Aye.
Oh, I'm a late aye. I take it that was an aye of approval.
So Lancer. Oh. All right. So Lancer is a little bit. We don't have as many amended terms, but a few that we wanted to highlight. So the number one is, while Lancer is able to secure third-party vendors, we really wanted to call out the third-party vendor opportunity for our concessions. So they would like to bring in a third-party provider to operate the Luth Carousel concession stand. And our adjustment in our previous second amendment with Lancer, we did waive the commission for the Luth Carousel for various reasons. We will be readjusting our commission structure from 0% to 5% with that third-party food service provider, and they are hoping to execute this this summer.
And then second, we would like to adjust the Lancer incentive payment, and this is to support the AEG and concert activity at the pavilion. 2 parks, 4 concerts. They will be providing a $2 per attendee incentive payment if the following requirements are met. Number 1, the event attendance must exceed 2,500 people, and those are based on day of event scan tickets counts. And then also, number 2, Lancer must meet or exceed a $15 per person threshold in alcohol sales. So if those 2 requirements are met, Lancer will provide $2 per attendee to parks in addition to the commission payment for alcohol sales during pavilion concerts.
Great. Anything else? Is there another slide, or is that it?
Sorry.
Okay.
Loading there.
There it is.
A little bit of delay. And then again, we did clarify a couple of capital expense protocols, who does what, when, and how we approve capital expenses. And then another great thing for events and community events in particular that struggle with funding to put on events, we've added a waiver of the food and beverage catering minimums for up to 5 catered events per year. And so when price is a barrier, we are able to say to potential event organizers that they don't have to meet a minimum to have a catered event at our facilities, which I think is very helpful and has already been very helpful for some events at the park.
Yeah.
And those are the 4 contracted amendment terms for Lancer Hospitality. So not as many as our AEG partner.
So, Amy, how is that?
Question?
Yes. How is that waiver determined? Is it determined based on need, or is it first come, first serve, or how are you selecting those 5?
Yeah, it's really, it is based on need. It is at the park's discretion. So if we see a partner struggling with a minimum, and they mention it to us, and we do have a number of we have 5 events this year that we're able to accommodate. We will accommodate. So especially those community events with the nonprofit organizations where price sometimes is a little bit of a challenge with rentals. We're able to waive that food and beverage. So it really is at the park's discretion.
Okay, great.
On how it is utilized.
I think that's a valuable service. Thank you very much. Other questions?
Nope.
Any other questions from those on the screen? Yes.
Question on point number 2. I am curious if, based on if they've provided any analysis for how frequently we could anticipate an incentive payment of this level, or if they work with venues of similar size, and how many of those events traditionally result in these kind of incentive payments.
Yeah, well, this idea came from another venue that is booked by AEG, and it's Marymoor Park in King County. They have a similar partnership with their concessionaire, where they provide an incentive, a per attendee incentive. This is actually a standard practice for some concessionaires, and what their food service contracts are based on, a per attendee. So sometimes it isn't a commission structure, it is a per attendee fee that is given to the venue. So last year we did assess, it was probably, I think it was a third of our shows, and during COVID, it wasn't necessarily a normal year. We're thinking this year will be much better, and future years, because more people are coming to the shows. Last year we saw 70% of people with tickets were coming, 30% were just not coming to shows. So, and really it is dependent too on the artist that's booked. So if you have an artist that skews a younger demographic, obviously they're not going to be drinking as much. So it is really going to be based artist dependent. But this is a a standard practice in the industry, and we're hoping, obviously, that all of the shows exceed this. But I would guess that we're going to have a minimum of half. I think it is a good average. That $15 per person is a good average of where we're going to be, and a great goal
Great.
to hit for every show.
Right, and if I could add an example
Not
to
funny.
that. So last night, Zach Bryan concert sold out. For the scan tickets through the gate, we had 4,546 tickets. So, and the alcohol sales per cap was $16, so would have qualified. So what that means is that based on $2 per ticket per attendee, that's an extra $10,000 that came in last night to parks.
Wow.
Right? So we take 50% of that $10,000, share it with AEG, and Parks retains the $5,000. So that's how powerful this particular incentive is, because it really motivates both parties to do well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I like that.
Yep. That's great.
Sense.
It rewards good behavior. We all like to do that. All right. Other questions? Good question, Christina. Thank you. Any other questions? Hearing none, then I will move for approval of the Lancer Food Holdings Concessionaire and Catering Services Contract Amendment Number 3. Do I have a second?
Yeah, I'll second.
This is Hannah
Thank you,
Kiss.
Bob.
I'll second that.
Okay. Bob and Hannah. Okay, great. Any further comments? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Raise your hand.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that motion passes as well. Amy, thank you. And John and Amy, you guys are creating a manual where there wasn't one, really. This is a brand-new facility, and certainly during COVID, there were no precedents. So thank you for that hard work. Okay, Idaho Central Credit Union Sponsorship Agreement. Amy.
Okay, well, we have ICC sponsorship agreement included in your packet should be Exhibit B, where we have outlined our marketing partnership in detail. I don't have a presentation to show, but essentially this is a standard marketing partnership agreement that provides ICCU with specific promotional elements and rights and benefits at Riverfront Park. Some of which include the title sponsorship of the 4th of July concert and fireworks with the Spokane Symphony, and we worked with the Symphony on putting together a promotional plan and sponsorship as a team to present to ICCU. So in that agreement are some Symphony assets that they've added to the menu. And then we also, ICCU will also be our presenting sponsorship of Riverfront Eats, our New Year's Eve fireworks, Movies in the Pavilion, and they are sponsoring some of our other programs. So they are a fairly substantial programming partnership, and their contract goes from May to December 31st of 2022. And the fee for the partnership is $50,500.
That's great. Any further questions from anyone? Just wanted to take a minute to thank Idaho Central Credit Union. I heard them speak at another venue, and they said even though their name is Idaho, they want very much to be a part of the Spokane community, given the ebb and flow between our two communities, and they are really stepping forward as a community partner, so thank you to them for that. So if I have no other comments, I will move that the Idaho Central Credit Union sponsorship agreement be approved. Is there a second?
It's Kevin, I'll second.
Thank you, Kevin. Any further comments, questions? All right, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Raise your hand.
Aye.
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 Opposed? All right, that motion passes as well. Thank you, team. So John can sit down and Amy can take a deep breath. Thank you very much. And now Barry has the floor with two items. Modern Construction and Consulting Services.
Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. I hope you can hear me, and a briefing paper came up on your screen. This is for Modern Construction and Consulting Services. It's a change order, and it's a change order that came about after we removed some material from the Red Wagon, and we found some deficiencies in the steel, mainly rust and things that needed to be corrected due to that rust. I'll scroll down just a little bit, and you can see the Red Wagon before we got started had a little bit of spots here and there around the edges. And I've got those circled in red there. But then as we started grinding away at those spots, they became bigger and bigger. And they got to a point where we knew that we needed to replace some metal. It just wasn't going to get filled over with Bondo and work. We needed a drainage solution, a way so that this wonderful piece of art could not only look better, but would last longer. Here's some more images, and you can see where the arrows pointed here that this is where water was getting trapped, and we needed to open that up. So what we did is we replaced, let me go down a little bit further. We took off the deck boards up on top of the wagon when you're actually in the wagon, and we could tell where water was seeping in. So we needed to fix that. We also found some areas along the wheels that were getting pitted that needed a fix as well. So we took and rolled a piece of steel and cut away the really bad pieces and refitted with fresh new steel, ground those welds smooth, and got them ready for painting. In this image, you can barely see, I think, the weep holes that we put in the bottom. And what this does is it allows water that gets and collects on the deck of the Red Wagon to flow down and drip out and away from the structure, which will help with the longevity and keep it from rusting in the future. Where there was pits in the wheels, we went ahead and cut those out and replaced sections of those wheels too. Then a long process of not only tenting the Red Wagon to contain the spray and to not allow dust onto it. We galvanized, well, I shouldn't say galvanized, we primed with a very, very high quality primer all the steel on the Red Wagon, and then started painting. And you can see from some of these images while we were painting and going along, it was going very well. In the end, we ended up pulling away the tent and the scaffolding that was supporting the tent and the walkways for the painters to use. And our folks at Riverfront were quite proud to be cleaning up and taking care of the finished product of our Childhood Express by Ken Sperling. In the end, we got a fantastic product, and it's going to last a good long time for kids in the future, now and in the future. I mean, as soon as it opened, I started taking finished photos, and in every photo, there's just somebody having fun. And so I think that the project turned out to be a wonderful success. We ended up having to increase the budget just slightly. I worked with John Moog on this, and it is fully funded. And so with that, I'd like to offer the board change order number 1 to Modern Construction and Consulting Services for the Riverfront Park Red Wagon metal repairs and painting. In the all things considered, that's an upgraded paint and logo, some extra sandblasting. We had to remove some deck in order to get it fixed and replaced. And some scaffolding, we had to rent it for an extra 2 weeks. Cost a lot to rent that scaffolding. In the end, it was $15,431, and that includes the sales tax, all funded by the original contract with John's budget. If there's any questions about any of the change orders, I'd be happy to answer them.
Any questions, Park Board members?
No, just a comment. It was kind of fun today coming downtown, driving and getting to really check out the new red wagon. So anyway, thanks to Barry and your overseeing of all the work.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks to
Oh, my
Parks.
pleasure.
Thanks to Parks for not just covering up the cosmetics, but actually fixing it right. And now it will last another 50 years or so. All right, maybe longer. All right, so if there are no other questions, I will move that the Modern Construction and Consulting Services change order number 1 in the amount of $15,431.07, tax inclusive, be approved. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Thanks, Jerry. People are quiet today with seconds. All right, any further questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Wave.
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay. All righty, motion passes. So, moving on to Terabella and the Seeking Place, Barry.
Wonderful. I am happy to announce that we have a contractor that's going to work with our artist, Sarah Thompson Moore, on installing the Seeking Place. I had to put this out to bid more than once. Did a bit of lobbying, and we got back 3 great bids. And this is for not only the area around Seeking Place, but this also helps the artist as well. We're going to help her with digging footings and getting her horizontally and vertically aligned so that her beautiful art piece can go vertical while we take care of all of the horizontal work, which means ADA access to the piece from our adjacent walkways and renovating or repairing our landscape to turn the place back into this wonderful park setting. That I just want to say that the documents that were bid, in case the folks on that are watching, this is our U.S. Pavilion in the middle of Riverfront Park, and the project site is immediately southwest of it. And this is a beautiful knoll that's in Riverfront Park. It's a prominent location, and the access is not the greatest for a contractor. He's got to really negotiate in here and then get a nice walkway up to the Seeking Place itself. The footprint of the area of work is actually quite large. These are some of the construction documents that were proposed on. This is an image of the Seeking Place as it emerges out of the ground. It's all aluminum. It's very well engineered. It's about complete and ready to go in the ground. We'd like to execute this contract with you today and get the project kicked off next week. But with that, I just want to remind everyone that the Seeking Place is not just a panel of aluminum. It's got perforations in it that allow light to filter through, and it's in an arc. And there's a couple of these panels that allow you to not only interact with the piece itself, but also get a glimpse of the geology and the horizons of soil that make up our land here. You know, a lot of our art projects in Riverfront, including the Stepwell, are all about how the land is formed and what makes up our geology and our space. The Seeking Place does that. And I don't have a whole bunch of images of the Seeking Place artwork itself, because this is the landscape portion of it and the access. We put out an invitation to bid and for the Seeking Place, and we got a bid back that was low for $63,220. It sounds like a lot, and it is a lot. And there was also an alternate for steel edging along the edges of the pathway, because it's a decomposed granite pathway. It's not loose granite, it's stabilized, but at the same time, we want to make sure we had a good edge. That added an additional $4,330 for a total amount of $67,550, tax inclusive. And although I am not happy to report this is a bit higher than what we expected, due to many reasons that I'm sure that you can understand, but it is still completely Riverfront Park redevelopment bond funded. We have the money in the bond available to pay for this project. And I've also set aside an extra 15% for contingency in case something comes up that we didn't, that we couldn't foresee. But all this contract is for Terabella in the amount of $67,550, tax inclusive, for the site work on Seeking Place.
All right.
And I don't think this is actually in your packet, but we have been working on the contract and we're ready to execute if you're agreeable.
All right, thank you, Barry.
Any questions?
Are there any questions, Park Board members? All right, hearing none, I will move that we approve the Terabella Incorporated Seeking Place site work in the amount of $67,550, tax inclusive, for approval. Any second?
Kevin, I'll second.
Oh, go ahead, Kevin. You can have it.
How gracious you all are to each other. Great. All right, any other comments, questions?
No, I just want to say thanks, Barry, and it's okay that we don't see the really final product, because I think it's going to be surprising and really quite beautiful.
Yeah, I think people will have some pleasant discoveries walking through that. There's more than we can show that incorporates that artwork, so.
Yes.
All right. All right, so all those in favor signify by saying aye. Raise your hand.
Aye.
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 Opposed? All right, motion passes. Very good. Thank you, Barry. And
Thank you.
I will say that the Riverfront Park Committee was very busy. John Moe gave an update on how the park is doing. Riverfront Park continues to do well and to be quite the beating heart of Spokane. So thanks, everybody, for all of that teamwork. All right, moving on to Finance. Bob Anderson.
The Finance Committee met Tuesday, July 12th at 3 p.m. It was a hybrid in-person and WebEx meeting. We did have one action item that Garrett Jones will present to the group now.
All right, well, thank you, Bob, and the rest of the Park Board. Today, we're presenting a high level of the 2023 budget priorities, and in your packet, you have the full list of the budget priorities. So I want to thank all the departments that had the opportunity, and us as a group, of discussing those priorities and being able to have those discussions with the Finance Committee. What I'm going to just touch on today is the kind of the main overall 2023 budget assumptions. And if there's any other questions in the department, I won't get into the details for this presentation, but we'll just hit on the high points. When we're running our numbers today, we're looking at an approximate general fund growth of 1% or less, or approximately $150,000. This is historically pretty low. And fortunately, we knew this was coming. As you know, it's what the city spends the last full fiscal year. So this would be what the city spent in 2021, is what we're projected of that 8% of what we'll see in 2023. We saw that coming during the pandemic. I'm looking at our fund balances of knowing, well, if there's the revenue not coming in, they're not spending it. So that means our 8% will go down. With that being said, though, on the flip side, we're looking at our salary and wages, services, and charges of an increase between 2% and 5%. On all our labor contracts are open for negotiations this year. When you look at inflation rates around 8 to 10%, and fuel even higher than that, we're looking at overall that 2 to 5%. So with that being said, that strategies that we're looking at is, again, learning from the pandemic of that core service. Knowing what those knowns are and what that service is that provide, and then looking at how do we accommodate those additional services or programs that we need. The other two is looking at reviewing our fund balance for one-time investments and gap funding. Again, this is some planning that we did strategically early on in the pandemic of knowing at some point we were going to have a lull, we're going to have a down spot in our contributions. So is there one-time investments and other funding mechanisms that we can use to bridge that gap into the future? The other is continued investments in capital improvements to add the efficiencies, the priorities, and really looking at that matrix now with that great document that we have in our master plan is now that is our guiding document. That's how we prioritize projects. That's how we work with the community. And that's how we deliver now of having that document in front of us. The other two is continued investments in partnerships and collaborations. Again, coming out of the pandemic, we do not do a single project or a program without a partner. And we're going to continue that model moving forward. And two other ones that aren't on here, but you'll see they're common themes in all the department priorities, is one is evaluating the programs, evaluating those assets. So, what are those underperformers, but then also what are those overperforming programs that we have, and how do we kind of reshuffle the deck to make sure we have the appropriate resources that need to be on those programs that we're seeing growth in and being able to accommodate those, but then taking those resources and those underperforming programs and putting them into some of those newer trends that we're seeing or being identified in the master plan around the programs, and then being able to reallocate those resources. And the other is around safety and vandalism. Thinking strategically, we've seen a historic growth in vandalism, graffiti across our system, from skate parks to restrooms to playgrounds, you name it. It's happening, and this year we've seen a huge increase. So with our priorities, it's working on what do those investments look like, whether that's personnel, whether that's capital, what are the investments around partnerships, continuing to work with the Spokane Police Department and our teams on strategically looking at, one, what is that problem, why is this problem happening, and what are the measures we can take to be able to solve those problems. With that, those are kind of just the high level of the budget priorities. If there's any questions for me?
Any questions, Park Board members? All right.
If no questions, and I would move that we approve the proposed 2023 Parks and Recreation Division budget calendar and budget priorities as presented by Garrett. Is there a
I'll second. This is Barb.
Thanks, Barb.
Yes.
Any other questions, comments before we go to the vote?
I do have one, and that's just kudos for the projected outlines for the capital project alignment. I'm really excited because golf finally has something like that. And, it's taken it's taken probably longer, but the 3 years I've been involved with golf, now it's just really exciting to have that because, as you said, Garrett, we have the list. We now know how we move forward, and there is no question or debate, if you will. We can debate, but it's just a nice guideline for us, and I think it shows that we are really organized and we are moving forward in a direction that's programmed.
No, I
So
appreciate
thank
that,
you.
Jerry, and staff, and with Nick and Mark Poyer working on the golf. It's a great model, too, because, yes, unforeseen opportunities are going to happen, but the priority list is the priority list. And when we have a certain amount of funding, it hits a certain line, and we can do these projects. And as new projects come down, they come to the bottom of the list, and those continue to move. Right. Historically, we've seen deferred capital projects that are 10 plus, 15 years old, because that prioritization of how we evaluate projects was non-existent. Yep. And so having that model now moving forward, we were just talking about this today, is where we're going to move. Again, you're always going to have these opportunities in unforeseen or in emergencies, but when we establish those priority projects, that's where it is, and that's where we put our effort into making sure to complete those projects first before we move on.
Yeah.
So,
It's exciting, so thank you.
All right. Well, thank you, Bob.
We didn't, don't believe we voted yet.
Oh, well, not officially.
So all those in favor, if respond by raising hands or saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
All those opposed? All right, that does pass unanimously. Thank you, Garrett, for the presentation. As a Finance Committee, I certainly like to encourage and thank Garrett and the department for seeking partnerships. We've seen how valuable that's been on so many projects, whether it's the Expansion Bridge, the North Bridge, or just so many other ones that certainly allowed us to do more than we certainly could on our own. We've also went over the budget calendar for the year of 2023. So you'll be seeing in your park board committees in August, you'll receive the initial salary and benefit changes. And then park staff will develop a complete departmental budget plans. In September, the Finance Committee will review the initial departmental budgets and forward to the park board, and that allows opportunity for public comment. In October, the Finance Committee will review the final budget proposal and forward to the park board. So we're getting ready by October, which I guess will be here before we know it, to be approving the final budget. And in November, that's included as part of the Spokane budget to the City Council. Mark Bunig, as mentioned, he presented the July and year-to-date 2022 financial reports. Parks General Fund does reflect operating expenses increasing more than revenue, but not enough to generate operating income loss for the year. Then two of Parks' primary revenue-producing departments, Recreation and the Riverfront Park, are to be commended for generating more revenue, and that's exceeding the operational expense increase. So kudos to you both. That's not easily done with, as we know, the services, the utilities, the temporary salary increases, so well done. The meeting was adjourned at 4:01 p.m., and the next finance meeting is scheduled for August 9th at 3 p.m. as a hybrid meeting.
Thank you, Bob, and why don't you go right into development and volunteer?
The DVC met Wednesday, June 15th at 3 p.m., also in a hybrid format. Nick Hammond presented an excellent overview of the Parks Master Plan. The 4 themes of land, water, people, and legacy, combined with 13 goals. They'll provide an opportunity and a pathway for the DVC and the CAC to engage the community in improving Spokane's park system. Rick Romero provided an update on Expo Plus 50. There's 12 initial partners that have committed to financial sponsorship for the 2024 event, which will serve as a Kickstarter for development of the Spokane River. The river itself will be segmented into 3 primary areas for advancement. That's upriver, falls, and the gorge. The DVC was adjourned at 3:54 p.m. that day. The DVCAC did not meet last month, although some of the CAC members have attended and been active participants in the DVC meetings. The next DVC meeting is Wednesday, July 20th in hybrid format.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Kelly, for your part in all of those behind-the-scenes workings. And thank you, Christina, for your work on the Expo 50 Plus committee, and all of the folks that are doing that on the part of staff, and Rick Romero. Just a couple of comments. I know that people are concerned about the park's safety. It certainly concerns me when I hear about the rise in vandalism, but I wanted to tell you or remind everyone that positive activity has a ripple effect. The more you use your parks, walk your dogs, play, have picnics, the more that positive energy and your presence there keeps that negative activity at bay. So keep using your parks, love your parks, take care of them, and we'll get through all of this. The meetings, I hope you notice that many of these meetings for Park Board, the committee meetings, now are not only in a hybrid format, but if you look on the postings, you'll see that several of them are in the tribal conference room, that's golf, finance, and urban forestry. If you need an in-person connection, some of them are in the sister city conference room, that's land and recreation. Riverfront will probably always be in the Pavilion Conference Room, lovely spot, and then Development and Volunteers in the Lilac Conference Room. And those rooms are not bottomless, so if you intend to come, and especially if you're bringing a group, do let Parks know so that we make sure we have a proper accommodation for seating and for all of that. And of course, that's always based on where we are, and listen to the mayor for any updates on COVID protocols and all that sort of thing. Finally, I wanted to thank the Jess Ross Kelly Foundation. Yesterday was an example of one of those partnerships. We had an unveiling of a really wonderful, actually two playground pieces up in Audubon Park. It was broiling hot, but there was a lot of warmth there from the people. These are playground pieces for the 5 to 12 age group, and it's all a way of commemorating Jess's passion for mountaineering, for all of the rock climbing and the outdoorsmanship that he demonstrated. And it's a wonderful way that this family has stayed together and continues to commemorate not only Jess, but to provide a positive way of moving forward, taking that tragedy and moving it into something positive. We really appreciate their enthusiasm, their love of parks, and their partnership. So there's an example of people doing it right, and we thank you very much for that addition to our playground up in Audubon. Now, let's see, Nick Sumner's not here for Conservation Futures. Barb, did you want to say anything for Parks Foundation?
Actually, Nick is here, and so Nick can go.
But I have Conservation Futures did not meet, and I do not have an update.
Okay, well, Nick, I'm glad you joined us, albeit a little later. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for covering for me. I appreciate it.
No worries. All right, so Barb, now you get to go.
Well, thank you, everybody. Good afternoon. Spokane Parks Foundation met on June 22nd for 1 hour. They meet from 4:30 to 5:30. They have moved around some of their meetings, so they don't meet every month now. So it's every quarter now. As you know, Terry Fortner's last day was June 18th as the executive director after 5 years, and she attended the dog park reveal in Riverfront Park, and so it was a fun way to wrap up her 5 years and send her off on a positive note. Yvonne Trudeau will be taking over that leadership position as the executive director. So exciting to Yvonne. For those of you who know her, she was the executive assistant. So they'll probably work on filling that role from the board's perspective. Just a couple highlights right now. As of the meeting date, so June 22nd, they've raised $24,000 towards the Riverfront Park Future Fund through the Fence Charm donation. So for those of you who have contributed, or for community members who've contributed, thank you for doing that. And also, they continue to raise money through the Give Butter program, and the Make a Splash appeal has, through spring, has raised almost $10,000. So raising money for the aquatics program, which is awesome. I would like to probably close and let you know that their next meeting isn't until October 26th at 4:30. So you won't be hearing from me maybe in future meetings as the liaison. But if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thanks.
Thank you, Barb. And I don't believe we have anybody here from Councilmember Bingle's seat. I don't see anyone on the screen. So we'll move into the directors.
All right, well, perfect. And a lot of highlights that have already been covered. But a couple so it's officially Parks and Recreation Month in the city of Spokane, which is pretty awesome. And also, again, best staff in the world, and working with the mayor is naming July 15th a Parks and Recreation Professionals Day, and we'll actually be lighting up the pavilion green. So
Nice.
Awesome. Again, I mean, this is a busy time of year for we're always busy in Parks and Recreation, but lots been happening here lately, and this is again a way to recognize not only we're park and recreation professionals, but some days we're mental health professionals and working with public safety and physical health professionals, and so this is a great way to recognize our great staff. Also with with Hoop Fest and 4th of July event with the symphony. Staff knocked it out of the park, and at the time, I wanted just the two contacts and give a shout out to Kevin Shari, Jill Reeves, that were on site working, giving great updates during the entire both of those events, and huge success. And also with the first concert last night being sold out, and the work that she's done on the amendments. Just a shout out again to Amy Lindsay. Sending some great videos and pictures last night. I couldn't attend, but it felt like I was there, so it was great. And then also with Riverfront, kicked off the free movie series at the Pavilion. It's going to happen. Riverfront Explore, the Active Learning series, free historic walking tours. And then, these programs join a lineup of free community programs, again, part of the master plan. Riverfront Park is bringing those community engagement programs into Riverfront Park, along with Riverfront Moves and Story Time at the Carousel. Again, with golf, a huge shout out to the staff at Indian Canyon, leadership of Mark Poyer. Indian Canyon looked amazing. And believe it or not, this is sometimes our luck. The the thunder and lightning storm the night before, of course, the biggest day of the year at Indian Canyon, we got struck and fried our controllers at the course. And so Josh was there still with Josh Hardy, our superintendent, at 7:30 last night, coming out, the big old grin on his face. And he's like, we got it. He had a whole slew of staff ready to go out and turn on those sprinklers the time that we left last night. But working with our representatives, they were able to fly in this morning and help our staff out. But that just shows the commitment, and that course has never looked better. And so watch for another announcement next week for a special golf event in August. So stay tuned. And another announcement, too, of finalizing our purchase and sale agreement. Spokane County announced the 114 additional acres at Palisades Park, a part of the Rimrock to Riverside initiative. We were able to finalize that deal, so there's another 114 acres on the west side that are now conservation land, so a huge win there.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And that will be my interim report, so thanks.
I tell you, Parks is the best board to be on. It really is nothing but good news, so even when there are lightning strikes. So thank you, everyone. I think that's the end of our meeting. I don't see anything else on the agenda. So meeting adjourned. Thanks for all your hard work.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.